Alright, welcome back. Last time, we started off the year by declaring war on the Mamluks. So, you know, not all that interesting. Although, to be completely honest, the previous session wasn't all that interesting. It was mainly preparations and, I guess quality ideas. Did I get any idea group at level 34? Yeah, so I just went ahead and grabbed all of quality ideas in order to boost the capabilities of my army. So yeah, now we're at war with the Mamluks. Specifically, at war with Tukadir in order to grab their provinces. I'm just also at war with the Mamluks as well. I do plan on divvying up territories based upon culture though, since Kartvelia already has a lot of Armenian provinces under their control. Well, that's new. Apparently, soon after I declared war, Alpha Du decided to try and go for independence. And Kais is trying to conquer the rest of Hejaz. Trying to claim Mecca and Medina. That's why the siege was over so quickly. Alright. Time to handle a bit of internal politics. The question is, do I want to do certain reforms because I've got an 85 state reach? Although there's far fewer reforms available in total because I've actually gotten a lot of progress. I can't depoliticize the civil service. The monarchy is not strong enough. I could reform sovereign law. I'm not expecting education requirements anytime soon. Civil examinations, or reform the bureaucratic hierarchies. Reforming sovereign law would be interesting. Reforming bureaucratic hierarchies is probably the best one out of all these options. Of course, for that, I have to go ahead and promote the bureaucratic faction. I'm going to get enough influence to do all that. Heck, I even have enough to depoliticize the civil service if I want to. Though I should wait on that. Definitely reforming bureaucratic hierarchies. Expensive, but helpful. I'm probably going to have a... I certainly hope I'm going to have enough points. Okay, 6 a month. I'm sure I'll have enough for tech. I'm sure I'll have enough. And then expand and standardize examinations. I probably shouldn't touch anything more, though. Train to strategic marriage. Sort of like tenant abuse. Actually, let's provide the burgers some tax relief, too. They'll like that. Have to wait a couple days for things to change, though. Okay, right, I guess I can do the whole grand celebrations. I've got plenty of cash to work with. Promote support commerce. And perform a show of devotion. Of course, my treasury will start draining probably soonish, thanks to recent changes to corruption. So... There, that's enough. Even if just barely. Jeez. The war enthusiasm is very high. Apparently their military strength is considered to be too high for them to simply give up, I guess. But I've had enough of this war. And aggressive expansion isn't going to lower anytime soon for a lot of countries, so may as well get a large quantity of it now. Those, of course, will disappear on their own anyway. Expand the theme system, core everything, and control the Kurdish princelings, I guess. Well, it depends on where the Kurdish princelings are. There we go. Yeah. Let's just deal with them. Yeah, that should be good for now. Let me just grab tech. Which, thankfully, I'm still able to do, despite having a couple reforms pushed through. Enclosures! Rule goods produced plus 5%. Line of battle, global naval engagement with plus 1%, naval morale plus 0.3. Caracal tactics. Reduce morale damage taken by reserves minus 5%. Military tactics plus 0.25, combat with plus 1, maneuver plus 10%. Cavalry fire plus 0.1, enables red barbarian cannons for those other than me. I'll get upgraded cavalry next tech, don't worry. Yeah, so, passed a couple reforms. Higher, well, that means recruitment. It's definitely standardized examinations. Yep, standardized exams, and I guess institutional oversight. I think it's that. Yeah, pretty sure it's that. All that's left is to reform sovereign law, which I don't have the points for, or to politicizing the civil service, which I don't have the executive authority for. There's also rotating all tenures for administrators, but again, don't have the points for it. I just simply do not have many mill points to work with right now. So I think my main focus will be on getting the loyalty of the nobility higher up again. Ooh! Ooh, the nobles are weak enough so that I can transition to aristocracy if I want to. Ooh. That's gonna be massive. Eventually. Eventually. Problem is, I do not have the points for that right now. I've burned way too many points on political reforms and the quality ideas as well as technology. So that's gonna have to wait a little while. I believe that's the only 5-year stuff that I have anyway, so. Alright, finished the war with the Mamluks, grabbed all the provinces I wanted off of them. So, pretty much all the provinces that are part of the mission, the Armenian Highlands. All that's left is Von and Manzakert, and then I get this, which actually isn't helpful, but it's a mission. Might as well complete it for completion's sake. Romania lost a recent war with Hungary, so they lost the historical neutral modifier, which is nice. And even better, they agreed to vassalize. So now I've got Romania as a vassal. That one's probably going to end up being more permanent than Bulgaria, which I plan on integrating some point soonish. Ish. I'm absolutely waiting until this province turns Bulgarian. First off. I probably want to get all the southern, South Slavic provinces. Well, into here so that Bulgaria can take the time to convert them. Of course, I would really appreciate it if they integrated Vidin, but yeah. That's going to take some time, isn't it? Isn't it? Kartvelia is starting to become dangerously strong, is probably the best way to put it. I'm definitely going to have to look into getting Cherkessia under control again. Yeah, opinion has been reduced, so I probably should at the very least influence. Nah, just send a diplomat to improve relations for a while. I'm doing the same with Romania at the moment anyway. Could be improved by 60 more. Yeah, I guess I can drop. I mean, you've been sitting there in Bulgaria for the longest time. I don't actually need you there at all times. Not really. Yeah, military reforms, military and rural governance reforms is going to have to wait a while. Same with peasant, well, tenancy reform. Freeing the peasants eventually would be a great thing. At the very least, I've got the noble loyalty to do these reforms once I get the points to do so. But that's going to have to wait until 1550 probably. At the very least, provincial corruption is now going to be next to zero from laws. I upgraded bureaucratic hierarchy and civil examinations. So all that's left is regional tenure as a plus 0.1. And the bureaucratic hierarchy reform actually reduces provincial corruption, so it's a lot smaller than it would otherwise be. So growth from laws should actually be a fifth of what it says on there. In theory. In theory. Let's see, so plus 0.25 times 0.8 is plus 0.2, which apparently is plus 4% to the resting point. However, it's going to be dropped by down to a fifth what it was previously, since that one of those plus 0.10s is now gone, and the plus 0.05 has been turned to minus 0.05, so it's really plus 0.05 times 0.8, so plus 0.04, which is a lot smaller than plus 0.2, a fifth smaller. So, at maximum state reach, provincial corruption, the resting point for provincial corruption from laws is 0.8. So laws are no longer something that I need to worry about. At least not as a source of provincial corruption. A source of state corruption, sort of. but that's mainly the court titles and bureaucratic politicization I need to worry about. Advanced hierarchy is also helping. Wait. Apparently it also reduces state corruption. But it doesn't say that on here. I see. Okay. Might be a minor bug. Oh well. It affects everyone, but... I mean... It probably only affects me and maybe China. I have no idea how much state reach China has. I can check here, but I can't check corruption. At least not directly. I'm on page 2 for some reason. They don't have institutional oversight. They also have regional tenure. And they only have means of recruitment 3. So... Huh. Interesting. But yeah, once I get rid of regional tenure, then state reach will actually actively reduce the amount of corruption, at least assuming that the state itself isn't also affected by state reach, which it might be. 10.9%. 9.4%. Okay, that's weird. What about over here? 12.4%. I guess corruption from the state might be... It's probably affected by autonomy, actually. 11.4%, yeah. So provinces with high autonomy get hit by more state corruption. Get hit more by the level of state corruption. Now, probably all sources... Yeah, it's just all sources of corruption. Because the sources of corruption on the top is already affected by autonomy. I understand, okay. Yeah. Oh, and the Mamluks are still going through a war. There was also one with Kais that took over the rest of, well, Hejaz. So now, well, the Mamluks are no longer the protectors of the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. Al-Fadl, along with their ally of Ramazan and Damascus, are all trying to get their independence from the Mamluks. Which is, well, it's certainly a busy war, that's for sure. I'm perfectly fine ignoring them for now. Yeah, all that's left is to attack the Ayyubids in Kurdistan for the last of the provinces in the Armenian highlands. And yes, they are actually Armenian, most of them. I've handed over all the Armenian provinces to Kartvelia. And I'll continue to do the same with those. That's actually why I took this province. It's Seljuk, which I already have as an accepted culture. And while they would make the borders look nicer, there's not enough dev for them to accept Seljuk culture anyway, so... yeah. I'll try to get the last of the Arvelian provinces on over. Ignore the rest. Because I don't need to go that far east. It's convenient that it's there, but... yeah. I'm not sure why I opened that. Thing is, Romania has a lot of cores in Hungary. Which would be perfect. Plus, there would be a way to weaken Kieran, because they also get permanent claims on these Romanian provinces. Plus, for some reason, they have a claim here. Might be as a result of formation, I'm not entirely certain. Yeah, I probably have gone on long enough. Bohemia and Austria at war. Not a big deal. Iran is still a mess. Looks like Tehran managed to conquer a province off of Timurids. Because this wasteland used to be filled in. Or it might just be this one. Yeah, it's at the very least this one. Probably is, actually. Yeah, the Iranian region certainly is a mess. Also, Castilla took this province apparently in a recent war. Or perhaps not that recent at all. I don't know. It might just be that I only noticed now. Padua was starting to grow, which is mildly foreboding, because I remember them unifying North Italy, but in the Dithmarschen campaign, but Savoy is probably more dangerous in this case. Way more dangerous. Just like Poland is, or Burgundy. In the weird sort of way you would never expect in a normal campaign. Yeah. Oh well. I've definitely gone on for long enough. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye. Might go for Romanian core provinces. Would be a nice way to expand Bulgaria a bit again. It might be time to finally annex Czechoslovakia. Maybe. Depends on how quickly they're going through cultural conversion of the more annoying provinces. Anyway,